Hey everyone, this is Neo once again from the Overclocker magazine. It's been a while. It's been a month since the last time I came to you guys, and I think that was with the Gigabyte Radeon RX 6750 XT Gaming OC. Check out that review in the link below. Anyway, I'm not here to talk to you about any particular review. I'm just here to present my excitement for what it is that we're going to be witnessing in the last quarter of this year. So AMD put out their announcement for the Ryzen 7000 series of CPUs, and of course they gave us a preview, a tiny preview of AMD's RDNA 3 based graphics card, which will be the Radeon 7000. Very nice that they can actually match, right? Radeon 7000, Ryzen 7000. That's pretty dope. About that launch though, I'm not gonna go much into that. What I will say is that I was pretty impressed by the fact that there's a 650E chipset, which should present us with more options, or at least cheaper options, when it comes to getting feature-packed motherboards at a more reasonable price. Yes, I am aware of the 670E, but looking at the specifications, at least the connectivity options, I'm not so sure what 670E or even 670 offers that the 650E chipset does not. But we'll have to see when the actual motherboards are out, or at least when all of the info is allowed to be made public at a later date. In terms of raw CPU performance, AMD didn't reveal too much details, but what they did show is that we are looking at up to 29% increase in raw performance gains over the 5000 series of Ryzen CPUs. So I would assume this is with the 7950X, the most high-end SKU, which carries, I think, a clock frequency, this is PBO, or XFR, of 5.7 gigahertz. And the people who have these CPUs on hand have even reported that these CPUs actually go further than that, at up to boosting at up to 5.8 gigahertz, or just slightly above that. Does that mean everybody will get that? Who knows? I doubt it. However, it does speak to what AMD has been able to pull off in tandem with, or rather courtesy of, the TSMC 5nm node and the architectural and layout changes that have implemented in the latest series of CPUs. I mean, I would have never thought that AMD would be anywhere near the 5.5 gigahertz mark, let alone 5.7 gigahertz. And as a result of this, I think Intel is going to have a real battle on its hands. I suspect that they may still have the performance advantage, but again, if I talk about the chipset, especially the presence of the 650E, overall platform connectivity or value at the very least may go to AMD, with raw performance going to Intel. I don't know if that will shake out that way, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did. For me personally, I'm very interested in the 13700K from Intel and how that stacks up against the 7700X from AMD. Performance-wise, I'm definitely going to give it to Intel right now, but that again comes down to value for money or overall cost of ownership. With the 650E board and the 7700X, you may end up in a better situation, at least where value for money goes, as opposed to going 13700K and getting a Z790 chipset-based motherboard. Will that be the case? I suspect it will be, but if I'm wrong, I will be pleasantly surprised. In fact, I will be happy if I'm wrong. You know, if it's tighter than that and the chipset from Intel offers a lot more than 690 did, particularly when it comes to Gen 5 connectivity on the South Bridge, that would be a good time. That would be a good thing actually, because it means that the competition is even tighter. So all the things that determine what is better value for money and so forth will come down to the particular expressions of those GPU, or rather chipsets. Why do I keep saying GPUs? It will come down to the particular expression of those chipsets on various motherboards. Either way, I do hope that motherboards are coming in a bit cheaper than they did for 790 on Intel side, and equivalently priced for AMD on that side, of course. I did see leaked prices from what appears to be an online store in euros, and the cheapest X670 motherboard from Asus, which is, I think, is a Prime, was retailing for over 500 euros, which is a lot. So I am hoping that the 650E chipsets based motherboards come in at a lower price than this. especially since they seem to be offering the capability of running a Gen 5 graphics card in tandem with a Gen 5 SSD. You don't have to choose, and that is extended to the South Bridge as well, where I think 650E allows up to 4 Gen 5 SSDs to be connected on the system, at least electronically. If that will necessarily shake out that way on actual motherboards, I don't know. The people who have the boards right now can better tell you that. Either way, very exciting launch from AMD, and it's quite an exciting time in terms of tech. I mean, we're also looking at NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4000 series coming out, and that will go head to head with AMD's Radeon 7000. Now, one of the reasons why I was never partial to the Radeon 6000 series of graphics cards is because of their super low ray tracing performance, at least compared to the competition. And this would not have necessarily been a problem had FSR 2.0 or something even better was around from the jump, but that was not the case. So a lot of the time you would get something like 6800 XT, which is brilliant in everything else except when it comes to titles that make use of ray tracing, and then you would be relegated to like RTX 2060 performance or something like that. And as a result of that, I would always look at the Radeon 6000 series with a little bit of trepidation, like, is it really worth it right now, given that the ray tracing performance is not so great? FSR 2.0 definitely helped with that, but it's still not the equivalent of DLSS, definitely not. So with the 7000 series, I am hoping that they have significantly improved their ray tracing performance so that we have like and like. Talking about ray tracing performance, Intel has revealed, I think earlier today or yesterday, that their Arc 750 GPU actually has equal ray tracing performance to the RTX 3060, which was obviously their target graphics card. Or in some cases, it actually offers better performance, and that's pretty good. Does that mean it offers the same level of performance when you consider XeSS as well and the RTX 3060 using DLSS? I don't know. They didn't reveal too much detail there. But the very fact that they are willing to say that is a lofty and bold claim, and I hope they rise to that claim or that challenge at the very least. But yeah, in the next 4 months, this last quarter of this year, there's a lot of exciting stuff, and I look forward to reviewing each and every one of those components connected to all this technology. Yeah, and I also hope to be able to come talk to you guys a lot more often, just shooting, just talking all sorts of nonsense, nothing really specific, or at least nothing that is to do with one particular product or a review and things like that. Something I've always wanted to get done on this channel, but I just never got around to it. So yeah, this is me this is me beginning to come to you a little bit more often with just ideas, things I'm seeing online and that sort of stuff. Anyway, enough of the wherefore. I will probably be coming back to you to give you a XPG Lancer DDR5 review, and after that it should be I think it's the ROG Strix Z690 Strix F motherboard review, and then after that it's the G.Skill DDR5 6000 CL30 kit review. A very good kit of DDR5 memory. Actually can't wait to even try this on next generation 13th gen core, and of course AMD's Ryzen 7000 CPUs. Until then, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Take care and peace.